This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Benjamin versus Benjamin. You all have been married for 4 years and together for 10 years, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Benjamin, you indicated in your court papers that there has been some infidelity in the past, but you all moved past it. But now you believe that the warning signs are back.
Well, Your Honor, I've been on this ride and been married with my wife and together with her for 10 years. I like to think I know her pretty well, and well, things just haven't been right. You know, there's been little signs here and there, arguments for no reason. I catch little text messages here and there that were there, but now I can't see them or anything like that, or some secret apps, stuff like that.
Ms. Benjamin, what are you here for?
So I've had some problems in the past. I admitted to all of that, and I'm moving forward with 100%. I'm Rob addicted.
Rob addicted.
He's Rob.
Addicted to Rob.
I'm addicted to Rob. That's
Okay.
correct. And so
That's your own little thingy.
yeah, and that's my deal. And I want him to know that I made some mistakes in the past, but now going forward, it's gonna stay. It's me and him.
And so you're saying there's no cheating going on at this point?
Right. That's correct. There's nothing going on now.
And you're here to save this marriage.
I am here to save this marriage. It's more than anything that I want in this world is to stay with him.
So I guess my question is, what indicators do you have that she's cheating? I mean, you said you named some general things, but can you give me some specifics?
I got her cell phone. I said, hey, let me see your cell phone. And as soon as I looked at her cell phone, I went into the little secret conversations part and found some sexting going on with a family member.
Sexting with a family member?
Yeah, there was videos that I didn't get to see because of some app that she has or he has or somebody has that it disappears after a certain amount of time, but it still leaves evidence there that there was something there.
And you submitted in your court papers your recollection of what those
Right.
texts said because of the app, you weren't able to
Right,
keep
I
them
couldn't
for a
see
period
what
of time.
she said. I couldn't see what he said or.
So it was, what your recollection was, Mrs. Benjamin said, Rob left me. I don't know what to do. I'm bawling my eyeballs out. I can't stop crying. The family member stated, don't worry about Rob. You know I always want to sleep with you. Do you need some motivation to get over him? And she responded, yeah, I need some motivation. And then there appears to be a video, and that was a video of him pleasuring himself. Is that correct?
Yes. And then she responded with a picture of her breast. Yeah.
Ms. Benjamin, did you send a breast picture to a family member?
I did do that. Whatever. He had left me, and he said he was done, he was over, he's not coming back, and this is it. This is the last time he's leaving me.
Here's the deal. I've had a fight or two with Mr. Cutler over 35 years. You can anticipate that.
Right.
But my response was not to send pictures of my breast to another family member.
Exactly.
I mean, why would you think it was appropriate, even if you were going to divorce him, to send your breast to a family member?
I don't know. It was a bad decision that I made, and I don't know why that happened that way. I don't know what mood that... I don't know what happened. I don't know why I decided to do something stupid like that.
Mr. Benjamin, do you believe that she may have slept with this family member?
Yes, I do.
Ms. Benjamin, have you slept with this particular family member?
No, I have not, ever.
Have you had any kind of sexual contact with this family member?
Not at all.
So it's just a sexting thing?
It was just a sexting thing this one time.
Mr. Benjamin, what other reasons do you have to believe that your wife is cheating?
We were at a laundromat doing laundry. She goes outside to smoke and meets a female outside. They hit it off, I guess. Next thing I know, we're in the hotel room, and
Hold up.
Wait, next thing you know,
she just invited us to go have drinks, get to know each other. The lady was from out of town. We all just hit it off as like a friend kind of thing, I guess. She said, hey, I got a room, let's go have some drinks.
So you left the laundromat and went to her, the two of you?
Went to the lady's room.
her hotel room.
Yes. We went there, we were having some drinks. The lady gets a phone call from a guy. She said she has to go take care of something, loops my wife into it. And next thing I know, I'm sitting in the hotel room by myself while my wife and
That's
this
not
lady
that's
is
not
gone.
how that worked.
And
all right, so
That never happened.
the three of you are in a hotel room. Next thing you know, your wife and this other woman are leaving.
They left. Yeah,
that didn't
they
happen.
went to go. They went. I don't know what they went to go do. She says that she wanted my wife to drive for her or something, and
right.
Then they come back like an hour later.
Well, what do you think happened?
Every time I tried to get an answer, it's like they were working together as a team to avoid, avoid
nothing
getting
happened.
the truth and avoid getting the answer.
All right, Ms. Benjamin, tell us what happened from your point of view.
From my point of view,
Yeah.
I don't even remember, honestly, going anywhere with this girl. We were in the hotel room, yes. The only thing that I remember doing and leaving my husband was outside of the realm is I was in the bathroom while she took a shower, and that's it.
Okay, so at some point, she decides to take a shower. You're in the bathroom with a woman you've only met a few
Right,
hours
and
ago
she was-
while she's showering?
Right, and she was talking to me about she needed me to give her a ride somewhere, and I didn't want to do it.
But you would go in the shower. Okay.
But
So-
and he was
Okay, so you were okay in the bathroom with her showering, but you drew the line at giving her a ride.
Right. Yeah.
because I didn't want to be anywhere by myself alone with her because my husband's going to say that I did something that I didn't do.
Why did you leave
do
with
it?
the woman?
I didn't leave with her. That's what I'm saying is I never left anywhere with her at all.
Mr. Benjamin, are there any other men that you are concerned about that your wife is cheating with?
Well, yeah, there was a guy we met online. Turned out to be a really cool guy. Actually, I could see this guy and I becoming, good friends and everything. But at the same time, we also had a threesome a couple times too.
All right.
I didn't get enough rest for this case. I need.
So you met a guy online.
Well, we get to talking. I noticed this guy's a pretty cool guy. We have a lot in common and everything. We're drinking. We get tipsy. And then wound up having a threesome. But it happened more than once.
With your wife?
With my wife, yes, and this individual. And then I leave during, we get in our fight. I leave, and this guy the whole time, days after the events, was always keeping in contact, as a friend. He's like, hey, good morning, guys. How's your morning? But then I leave during our, we get in a fight and I leave.
Who gets in a fight?
My wife and I.
Okay.
And I leave for like 3 days.
Okay.
And in those 3 days, this guy, I don't hear nothing from him. Okay? Like normally he's keeping in contact, hey, how you doing, all that. But then all of a sudden I hear nothing from him.
So it has to
usually
be-
she's blowing my phone up and I'm hearing nothing from her.
And so you believe that they were hooking up while you were away on that 3-day period?
Absolutely.
So your concern is this threesome turned into a twosome without
But
you.
it's not a threesome.
Absolutely.
Not ever.
Yeah, that's what I believe.
Not ever did that happen.
But of course, I don't know this guy well enough to. I called him on it and said, "Hey, is this going on?" He said, "I'd never do that. I'd never disrespect you that way." But I don't know this guy well enough to know if he's telling me the truth or not. And at the same time, I ask her. She says the same thing. But heck, I don't even know her well enough.
All right,
There's
Mr.
two people
Benjamin,
telling the
Mr.
same
Benjamin.
story.
But
hold on.
it's just fishy.
Absolutely.
Mr. Benjamin, let's pull up and look at this like grown folks. You kind of open that box.
I agree.
You say you don't know him well enough to whether or not he's telling the truth, but you knew him well enough for y'all to sleep with him.
I agree.
So I'm not saying if your wife had sex with him separately from you, it was okay. But you gotta kind of admit, if she did, you kind of put that out there for her to make that.
But at the same time, I also said something to him.
Because if they had an agreement,
We did.
it was going to be the three of them.
Correct.
There was
I
no
agree.
side agreement that
Right.
she could go off.
And I went.
I didn't say, but if we get in a fight, hey, help yourself.
They grown folks. Whatever they do is grown folks. But
I am not.
the arrangement, the agreement was the three of them.
And I agree. I
And
agree
while
with you.
I'm one of the judges sitting here, I am not judging the behavior. I am just saying, if you on a diet and you put a box of chocolates there and I eat it, it's kind of expectation that, wow, she had
Were
that
you married to
temptation
the
sitting out
chocolate?
there. Well, no, I'm just saying that when you put the temptation in somebody's hands and say, okay, just look at it, don't touch it.
Which is why I never made sure that I did not have that guy's phone number. I made sure that I was keeping myself safe by not knowing how to get in contact with that guy.
Because you thought it might
In case
go.
something like
But
this
she's
would
the one
happen.
that found him online.
Did you have feelings for this man?
No, I don't have any feelings for him, but I knew because of us having this whatever that we did with him, that I knew that he and I were going to get into a fight, and then something's going to happen, and I'm going to get blamed for something I didn't do. So I made sure I made it perfectly, 100%. I did no way of getting a hold of this guy.
Okay, wait. Your husband said, Mr. Benjamin just said that you found the guy online. Did you find him?
I found him online. I told my husband about it, and then that's it. And
So then she has his email address.
I don't have his email address.
Were you attracted to this man?
No, I was not.
All right, so let me get this straight. You're here because you believe your wife is cheating. You have testified about a gentleman that you had an agreed threesome with, that you believe she went back and did a double dip.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Then there's the situation with a woman you all met at the laundromat who you believe your wife went with her to meet with another man and that she may have slept with him. And then we have the sexting with the family member who has indicated that he wants her and has wanted her, and you believe she may have slept with him as well.
Oh yeah.
Right. And you testified earlier that there was infidelity in the past, early in your relationship, but you got over that.
Yeah, I forgave her for it. I love the woman. She's my best friend.
Well, I am hoping that you are telling the truth.
Me too.
And I am telling the truth. And I'm Rob addicted, like I said, but everything's Rob and Tracy. It's always been Rob and Tracy. I can't be Tracy without Rob. And
All
I
right.
don't believe that Rob can be Rob without Tracy.
All right.
So, Ms. Benjamin, right here, right now, you are denying that you had any kind of sexual relationship with this third person.
Without my husband being there, correct.
Without your husband's being there.
Never happened.
And you don't believe it.
I don't believe her.
See, my husband always thinks I'm lying when I'm not lying.
Because there's so many lies. You know, I sat her down right before we got married, and I said, if there's anything that I need to know, you need to put it out here right now. I said, if we can both accept what the other has said and get past that, then we're ready to get married. If not, then we have some things to work on. And obviously, at that time, I was deceived because we have some things to work on. And I wasn't told everything at that table.
Well, to help you get to the bottom of these cheating allegations, the court has engaged the services of a forensic voice analyst, Mr. Guy Wolf. Ron, please escort Mr. Wolf into the courtroom.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wolf, how are you today?
I'm wonderful. How are you, Your Honor?
Good. It's good to see you.
You too.
Can you please tell us what a voice analyst does?
Yes, we use what's called a forensic voice analysis system, and we measure frequencies in the spoken word. When you tell a lie, the FM frequency goes away and it shows up a certain way on the computer. That's how you can tell when somebody's being deceptive.
And your credentials and your background, please.
Yes, sir. I've been in law enforcement for more than 20 years. I've been a forensic voice analyst for more than 10, and I've literally performed hundreds of exams, both in the private practice and as a criminal investigator.
So you've used this to put criminals in jail?
I have, Your Honor.
In this case, Ms. Benjamin underwent forensic voice analysis. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Let's take a look at the first question that you asked her.
Have you ever had sexual intercourse with Mr. Benjamin's?
No.
So the question was, has she ever had sexual intercourse with Mr. Benjamin's family member? Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
What did the forensic analysis determine?
The forensic voice analysis determined that she was being truthful, Your Honor. She said no.
I see a smile on your face. That may be the first one.
Now, let's see the next question.
Other than the times that you have already admitted to your husband, have you had sexual intercourse with any other men?
No.
What did the forensic voice analysis determine?
The forensic voice analysis determined that she was being... The forensic voice analysis determined that she was being truthful, Your Honor.
All right. I am so grateful that you were being truthful, because this has been a roller coaster ride of information.
Welcome to my world.
Literally and figuratively.
Literally and figuratively. And Mr. Benjamin, you are holding on. Are you holding on because you were gonna pass out? You're holding on to that podium.
He's holding on because he's trying to hold on to his marriage. You wanted answers, and you got the answers that you wanted.
Yeah, there's been a whole new foundation built just now. So,
where do you go from here?
Go home and be with my wife. That's where I go.
Mr. Benjamin, let me just say this. This has been quite a story. And it is clear to me that there's a bit of a lack of a communication between you two that you really need to work on to go forward successfully. The other thing is you really are going to have to put the past in the past. Yes. Otherwise, you're going to keep revisiting. So you need to put that behind you.
Your marriage is like a bicycle, 2 wheels. It's not a tricycle. It's not a car. It's not a 5-wheel vehicle. It's a 2-wheel vehicle for you and you.
Right.
When you have outside people in your marriage, it's going to cause problems.
Always.
You all have known each other for over 40 years. You've known each other since you were teenagers. Yes. You've been married 8 years, but you, Mr. Fisher, believe that your bride is cheating. What is at stake if that is true?
Well, Your Honor, I took care of this woman from head to toe. And if I find out today that this woman has cheated on me, after me being so good to her, if I find out today that she cheated on me, this marriage is over.
You done?
I'm done.
Well, it's pretty clear, Mr. Cutler. He is done.
I know. Miss Fisher, you got a man who says he takes care of you. How do you respond to that?
No, sir. This man is crazy. I've never cheated on him. I've loved him since I was 15 years old. I'm very faithful, I'm very honest, and I'm submissive to this man.
Oh.
And have been.
All right. Now, you all keep talking about all these years that you've known each other. Tell me, how did you all meet?
Well, Your Honor, we met when we was kids. I used to live on the street where I grew up on. Uh-huh. And I used to be hanging out with my little partners on the street, and I'd be like, man, that's a bad little old baby right there, man. I gotta get that. And so, man, I just watched her for it, and then I went over to her one day when they was going to church, and I say, man, why don't you go out with me? She's like, man, I'm not going out with you unless you go to church.
So then?
Then one day I seen him going to church, and I was dressed kind of nice that day, so I went up in the church, and I sat where she can see me, and she seen me, her eyes got kind of big, and she smiled. I said, yeah, I'm in now, I'm gonna get this date. She went out with me, man. I was in love ever since, man. We was just inseparable, man.
So, Miss Fisher, were you bluffing when you said that? Were you thinking there's no way in the world he's gonna show up in church?
I knew he wasn't gonna come because he was a bad boy, and this man was my first. I lost my virginity to him.
Oh,
and,
all right.
I fell in love with his intelligence.
All right, so we got this beautiful thing. You get him to go to church. You all have been together since then, or what happened?
No, actually, Your Honor, we had a 20-year breakup between them because when I was younger, she cheated on me.
Oh.
We had a baby. We was living life. We was living good. And this woman broke my heart, man, cheated on me, man. I could never forgive her, and I left her.
And your heart was tore up.
Still tore up over it.
Tears come to your eyes.
Yes, ma'am.
The hurt and the wound was that deep.
It's still there.
You know, you talk about time healing all wounds. This wound is still fresh.
20 years, you love somebody like you. I loved her, man. It's like cut your heart in half, man. You get somebody you just think a queen. She was a church girl and the nice, I just was in love with her, man. And when she cheated on me, man, it just tore me apart.
So, Miss Fisher, how does it make you feel to see that it still hurts him that you cheated on him in the past?
It breaks my heart. I mean, it was a mistake that I made, and I've been regretting it since from then until now. And I tried to ease that pain, and I tried to ease his heart by letting him know that I love him and I would never cheat on him. It's been over 30-something years ago, and he still has that same pain. And I've been faithful. I've been loyal.
So
he still don't believe me. So that's why we're here.
All right, so you have this horrible breakup, it sounds like, for over 20 years.
Yes, ma'am.
How did you reconnect? I mean, because I'm thinking the way you welling up, you would be like, I don't ever want to see her again. So how did you get back together?
Well, Your Honor, it was out the blue. She just called me one night, man. I was like, who is this? She said, Patricia. I said, what? And then my heart started beating. You know, because this is the girl that I was messed
This is the
up
one.
over. Man, she called me and I was like, I got to have her back.
Really?
I got to, and we hooked back up, and man, I married her like 30 days after we got back together.
Wow. 30 days later, you all were married.
Married.
Whoa.
I always knew she was a girl for me, but I just believe she doing the same thing she did to me when she was a kid.
So Ms. Fisher, after 20 years, what made you decide to pick up the phone and start dialing, and how did that come about?
Well, I got tired. I was in a lot of bad relationships, and I got to thinking. I said, my first love was always good to me. And I called him, and ever since then, we've been together.
So you knew. It's like swans. You know, swans have one mate. That's
Yes,
it.
ma'am.
I don't care what, even if the other swan dies, that swan will never get with another swan.
Yes, ma'am.
So he's your swan.
He is my swan. He is my everything. He's my protector. He's everything to me.
Everything should be happily ever after, but it's not. Why? What happened?
Well, Your Honor, as our marriage carried on, I'm working hard, taking care of her. You know, I trusted her for a while. I mean, I guess I had a little trust for her. One night we laying in the bed, because we sleep, you know, close, cuddled up and everything. So one night the phone call ring. I'm wondering who called in my house at 2 o'clock in the morning, my wife's phone.
Right.
So, you know, I got my ear open. I hear his voice, I say, who is that on the phone? So when she described who's on the phone, it's the same ex on the phone that she cheated on me with when we was kids. He on her, but check
over
this
20
out,
years
y'all. Now
ago?
listen to this. It ain't just a phone number on the phone. The dude's name is in the phone, so you got to program that in your phone for him to talk to you. And she said she don't have no communication with her exes.
Oh.
What he did was he called in regards to a family member that had gotten into some trouble. And I explained that to my husband. I even put him on the phone with the man. And he still didn't believe me.
Did you actually talk to the ex?
Yeah, I told him don't call her phone no more.
Yeah, well, I understand that.
It was easy enough for you and Mr. Fisher to rekindle.
Yes.
It would be equally easy enough for you and this ex to rekindle what you had.
No, because what me and Mr. Fisher have were totally different. This guy was just one time and that's it.
Yeah.
Where his insecurities are coming from is he cheated the whole marriage, is what he's not telling you. That's where his insecurities are coming from.
Before we start deflecting, I want to know, do you have any other concerns about this ex or any other ex?
I got some more concerns, another reason why I think she's cheating.
Okay, tell me about it.
Can I go to the board and show you?
Sure.
Yes, sir. Step over, please.
Go on over there.
So I'm gonna lie on
What
this.
we got?
Go on.
Okay, Your Honor. She's sitting on the side of the bed.
Uh-huh.
Putting on her hygiene or whatever. I look on her back, there's scratches on her back. How you get scratches on your back? It's like, I don't know. What scratches you talking about? So I take her to the mirror. I tell her to turn around and look in the mirror. She look in the mirror. Oh, them scratches probably got in there when I was in the shower or something. Watch this, Your Honor. The scratches is in this area, up and down. That's where your scratches should be.
If you're scratching
your own back.
Okay.
Because you reaching back here doing this.
Right. Watch this, Your Honor. The scratches that was on her back was going like this. Indicating that I was in some passion and pulling when these scratches got up in my back.
Oh.
Oh, so they were horizontal, like somebody was reaching
Shawn, they
around.
in her back like somebody done been, you know, embracing
her
her.
in.
Yeah.
When Mr.
Okay, you can
Fisher,
step back.
thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes, ma'am.
When he asked you and suggested that this had happened, what was your response?
I looked at him like he was crazy because I'm
See?
double jointed. So I have a medical condition, so my skin is always itching. So I can reach my own back. Here.
No, you don't
here,
scratch. Don't nobody
here.
scratch their back coming
My back,
across
my
like
skin
this way up in the
itches,
middle. Come on.
It itches
Are you
all the
serious?
time.
Now, Mrs. Fisher,
Yes, ma'am.
you said that you think that the reason he's throwing all these accusations, you deflected. And you said it's him.
It's him. It's
Oh.
been him.
Tell me about that.
Well, the first time I noticed that Mr. Fisher had been cheating on me, is a young lady came in my driveway honking her horn. Oh, she just kept honking like she was crazy. She just kept honk.
At your home?
Yes, so I'm in my driveway. So I'm looking out the window like, who is this? He's like, oh, I'll go out there and see who it is. I looked, they was gone. I looked across the walkway. They was back in the on the side of the road. I guess he was arguing with her about coming to my house.
I got an explanation for my cheating, though, Your Honor.
Huh?
Okay, so it was cheating.
Yeah, I have cheated. I cheated on her a bunch of times.
But you cheated on her a bunch of times?
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are you telling me you have brought your wife here, accusing her of cheating, and this entire marriage you have been cheating?
Look
Yes,
at my,
ma'am.
look what she done to me, Your Honor.
Is that a yes or a no?
Yes, ma'am.
You got some real gall
you.
coming up in my courtroom, crying and everything, and accusing her, and you doing what you doing dirt on your own.
Because she done did me like she done did me, Your Honor.
So-
I got to have somebody if we don't end up
I
making.
got a
So,
friend now say
Mr. Fisher,
something.
is that the only reason you got back with her so you could get back at her?
Yes.
Probably. It probably is, Your Honor.
Really?
You're right. It could be.
So love ain't
But I
got
love
nothing to do
her,
with
though.
this.
But if she
But
proved to me that she ain't cheating, she ain't hurt me like she hurt me when I was a kid, it's gonna be fixed. But right now, my insecurities got me doing what I do.
So you don't love this woman?
You just assuming that if she passes the test, she's gonna have you after this.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
I was her, I'd be like deuces.
Your Honor. But see, you don't understand, Your Honor.
I got proof right here.
Did you? Okay, let me ask this. Did you know about this beforehand?
Well, after I got in his phone, I found those.
Okay, so
And that
this,
was last month.
this is from his phone. It's a text message from another woman, and it reads, "I don't want to lose you, but always remember that I do love you."
And this was last month.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is from some woman he's been seeing.
Yes.
Yes. I ain't gonna lie, Your Honor. I've been cheating.
How many different women?
I can't count them.
Can you give me a ballpark?
About 10, 15.
10 or 15 women.
Yes, sir.
And you don't feel any remorse about this.
Not at all.
I mean, this
It
is.
sounds like the whole purpose for him getting back with her is so he could take the superior position. And it's like, well, I took you back so I get to do what I want to do. I took you back, I provide for you so I can do whatever I want to do, but you can't do what you want to do. That's what it sounds like.
This is the pinnacle of petty. I mean, I ain't never seen more petty than this.
I mean, I'm a truthful man, Your Honor. Every person I ever cheated on her with, if she asked me, I done told the truth. I told her about it.
I'm a good woman, though. I've never done anything to you.
I gotta ask Mr. Fisher, when was the last time you were with another woman sexually?
Probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
I had no idea.
It's the same woman I told you that's my side piece, and she don't pass this test, so I'm gonna be with.
I don't need you to tell me that you are just openly cheating because of something that happened 20 years ago.
It's well over 20 years ago.
Your Honor,
Hold on. I just want to, and Ms. Fisher, I'm not saying that two wrongs make a right. And so we're here today to find out if you have cheated.
Yes, sir.
That's what we're here for.
That's what I want him to see.
And look at the evidence that we have
Yes, sir.
about whether you cheated or not.
Exactly.
We've got the fact that you cheated in the past, but
Right.
you've admitted to.
Right.
We've got the 2 a.m. call from your ex, and we've got the scratches on your back. And for all of those reasons, Mr. Fisher believes you're cheating.
No, sir. He'll see today.
This court has done a full and complete investigation. At this time, the court would like to call Tommy Platt, licensed polygraph examiner, to determine, is she cheating? Rob, order it. How are you, sir?
Good, Your Honors.
Could you share for the court record your credentials?
Yes, ma'am. I have over 30 years' experience in the United States military and in law enforcement. I have been a licensed polygraph examiner for over 11 years and conducted nearly 3,000 exams.
Not your first day.
No, ma'am.
You conducted a polygraph examination of Mrs. Fisher.
Yes, ma'am.
She was asked a series of questions.
Yes, ma'am.
You asked Ms. Fisher Since being married to your husband, have you had sexual intercourse with any other man? What was her response to that question?
She stated no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that she was telling the truth.
Ms. Fisher, you described yourself as a good woman, and, I don't know if I agree with that.
I am a good woman.
I don't know if you're a good woman. You are an incredible woman if you had stayed with him through all this.
I've been through hell.
You've been vindicated. Do you have anything that you want to say to Mr. Fisher?
Yes, sir, I do.
Oh, she got a statement.
Can I approach him?
Okay.
These are for you. For all the cheating, all the hurt, all the lies that you've done to me, all the breakdown that you've done to me, I'm done. I'm good. That's for you. And I want to thank you guys very much for clearing my name. And he had a good woman.
I need to say this to you. I'm glad that you had enough sense of self to say, I ain't got to put up with this.
No, ma'am,
I know who I am, and I know whose I am.
Exactly.
Godspeed to your new life.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Fisher, you should be ashamed of yourself. You really should.
I am, y'all.
I mean, seriously, not just lip service. You should actually be ashamed of yourself and should not even be able to look at yourself in the mirror. I don't know how you do it every morning. I don't know.